Hello everyone, welcome back to The Climb Is Mine. I'm Charolina. This podcast is my accountability, a space where I share my wins, losses, and lessons as I grow stronger in my mind, body, and soul. I wanted to talk about the ego. The ego's been kicking in real hard lately. The ego stands for edging God out. I've been feeling pressured because it's funny how we want things that we think that should be on our time or how we want them, when in reality it's not really up to us. But then also the devil tries to attack you with staying busy to get you out of your actual destination and what your purpose is. You know, I transitioned into my new job. I've only been there for I'm going into my 6th week, so 2 months. And the devil's already attacking me with wanting to switch jobs, that I'm driving too far, that I'm not making what I should make, that I'm not getting the shifts that I need. Like, all this stuff just like consuming me with all this nonsense, you know. And it's the same repetitive bullshit that goes on mentally. But that's what he does, you know. So it's always trying to keep us busy to stay unfocused. And I've had to like really take a step back and not allow my ego to get in, because that's what that is, trying to have control of something that, you know, that I'm not in control. And I know that I'm supposed to be where I'm supposed to be, because I know that God has placed me here. I'm around a good team of people, great co-workers. I believe it's a good environment for me, and I am making good money. But, you know, the devil always wants to keep that distraction going. And it's just been, I'm grateful that I've been able to catch it and see what's going on, because I've been catching myself even going online. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not looking to see if there's something better out there. You know, instead of being at peace and knowing that I am where I'm supposed to be, and just allowing God to continue to work through me, and just know that I have to just continue to walk in faith and know that what I'm doing is correct. And I do know, but, you know, obviously, like, we want to be in control, which we're never in control. I say that all the time. And try to do things and stay busy for no reason. You know, it's crazy. Like, how am I going to even try to switch jobs? It's only been 2 months. You know, I haven't even given it 6 months. You know, my last job, I did end up switching. It had been 7 months, and I knew it was time for me to move. And I know that God had opened this door. But yeah, as I said, and then I was reviewing, and I was just thinking of where I am today compared to where I was last year. And it's a huge difference. Last year, at this time, I had basically decided I had got screwed over my partnership, actually, that I was working with for almost a year. I had decided to get a new partnership in my business. You know, so I was still working from home, still doing my thing, going through new partnerships and making another huge transition. And I was starting to learn something completely new to continue to grow. You know, I was doing acquisitions, and then I was learning all the title side of the company. More growth, which I was very excited to do. And I had trusted the new people, the new partner that I had. At the end, I ended up getting screwed over. But, I think maybe it was like, we're in March, maybe like April, whatnot, I decided to leave everything because I know that I had started my other job, that I decided to go back in the industry business. I had left everything. That was in June or July. But anyways, I was just thinking of where I was and where I am today and how good and grateful God has been and all the experiences and growth that I've overcome and done. It's just amazing. I'm driving my car today. I didn't have a car last year. I was grateful that the job that I had found was literally right down the street from my house. It was only 8 minutes. I still had my motorcycle, so I was able to commute. I was grateful that I had an amazing person in my life that also helped me. But just looking back to all these things and, so many changes I wanted to do, but I ended up staying put even when I had done my other job. Even though I didn't want to be there, but I knew it was the right place for me, and I ended up staying, and as I said, I was able to get a car. I was able to get income. And then this other door opened for me that I wouldn't be able to do if I didn't have a car. So thinking of all these positive things and how much has happened and how much growth and the opportunities, it just reminds me that to continue to stay at peace and just allow God and not allow my ego to get in the middle of it. But as I said, this week has just been so tough, and I wake up in the middle of the night thinking of the same bullshit. I'm like, this is all you got? And I flip it right away because it's the same thought over and over and over of like the insecurity of the money, of my job, of the stupid shifts and all this. It's just so stupid. But I continually fight it back, but it's just crazy how the devil just keeps throwing it and throwing it and throwing it. They say that most of all our thoughts, basically, they're reoccurring, over the 97th percentile, which is crazy. So catching it, and it's like, it was funny because like this morning, I woke up and I was thinking about it. I'm like, God. And I'm like, and I tell myself, everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me because I have the proof that it has. And I continually go back to those moments that I have the proof, and I just think about it, and then I'm at ease. I'm like, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be because I have the proof that I'm here for a reason, and God has always provided for me. I haven't had any lack ever. And every week that I always think lack, and I would come back, like God has my back. Everything always works out for me. And I've never had any shortage of paying my bills. If anything, now I'm able to save money, but I've never had an instance in which I haven't been provided for or taken care of. So fighting those thoughts and going back to them and having that proof is what's keeping me held and secure and clearly believing and trusting in God on a daily basis. He is my number one priority. It's the first thing that I do when I wake up. Like, without him, none of this is possible. The peace and the certainty that everything is working out. I am supposed to be where I'm supposed to be, and I keep pushing and pressing forward. So if you're in a situation in which you know deep inside that you're right, but you're like having all this like turmoil that you should do this, you should do that, take a step back and just pray about it and just know, and we don't always have to be, it's not us trying to figure things out. Like, I need to do this so it works out this way. Chill. Just take a step back and allow God to direct. And if you don't even have a belief or whatnot, there's always that sense in your stomach, in your gut, that higher power. We are beings that are spiritual, And we are magnetic beings, so we attract, and you know it in your soul if something's not right or if you need to do something. So even if you're not a believer, you know that feeling because we've all felt it, and I know that you felt it as well. So you just have to be guided by that. So yeah, I mean, that's what basically what I'm dealing with, and I'm allowing God and just clearing out that egotistic side that tries to control, to manipulate, to keep you busy. Busy is not good when it's not intentional. It fucks everything up. It distracts you from your main purpose. You need to stay focused. So I hope this message inspired you. Yeah, remember that growth takes work. It's a continual thing. You know, it's not easy. But at the end of the day, if we continue to do it, we're the ones that it benefits us. And we just got to keep doing it on a daily basis. So if you like this message, please like it, subscribe, share it to others. Make it a great day.